Good evening to tutors, students, and our few guests. If you happen to visit the O'Donnell Middle School Media Center on any Monday night that school has been in session, you will see about 25 Stoughton Middle and High School students busily working on homework. About 10 of these youngsters are usually our talented and amazing tutors. For the past 11 years, the Monday Night Homework Center has offered free tutorial help to Stoughton residents of middle school and high school age. Originally, the Homework Center was supported by a grant from the Massachusetts Library System and the Eastern Bank. The last few years, the Stoughton Public Schools has sponsored the program, and we are certainly indebted to Dr. Rizzi for supporting us every Monday night. Our program is successful because of its tutors. These young adults are top Stoughton High School juniors and seniors from the National Honor Society, along with education majors from Stonehill College. They volunteer their time to assist other youngsters in helping with homework assignments, studying for tests, completing essays, and creating projects. 46 different tutors this school year have given of their time to help make this program such a success. In all, these wonderful tutors have given a total of 470 tutoring hours. 12 of these tutors have been education majors from Stonehill College. These college freshmen and sophomores have given 220 hours of help. Because they have already completed their college year, they are not in attendance tonight. 34 of our tutors are from Stoughton High School. Stoughton High School tutors have volunteered for 250 combined hours. 5 of our high school tutors have volunteered 16 or more hours. Because of the strong commitment of all of our volunteers, the Monday Night Homework Center continues to shine. Their help and support are necessary to our success. We thank all of our tutors, but would like to recognize the following tutors for volunteering over 1/3 of our Monday nights. Would you please come forward to receive a token of our appreciation when we call your name? Andrew Elmowitz. And Amari Harrison, who is not here. Olivia Hoffman. Thank you, honey. Raksha Poharel. Thank you. And Rebecca Rose. Thank you. It might have initially been the food that brought so many students to our homework center. We are definitely appreciative to Chuck and Cheese's, who gave us a discount on pizza every Monday night. We are also thankful for SOLA, the Friends of the Library organization, who have supported us with their funds.
The middle and high school students who visited the Homework Center should also be credited. It was here that they were able to ask for help and actually sit down and do their homework. Many liked the assistance from college and upper-level high school students. Many enjoyed the peace and quiet of the place. Still others made use of the computers and the calculators. There have been 16 O'Donnell Middle School students have made use of our homework center for a total of 328 hours. However, there have actually been 9 students who have consistently been in attendance for 8 or more times this school year. 2 are 6th graders, 6 are 7th graders, and 1 is an 8th grader. I quote Assistant Principal of O'Donnell Middle School, David Gulia. These students are fine examples of hardworking and middle school students. With the help of the Homework Center, most of these students have been consistently able to improve their grades throughout the year. We are very proud of them. Could these following middle school schoolers come forward and accept this small reward? First of all, Bhumi Babikam. Do you want to give it to him? Congratulations. Audril Kond is not here. Josh Isaac. Come on up, Josh. Congratulations, Josh. Soroya Isaac. Congratulations. It is Soraya, not Soroya. I apologize ahead of time if I mispronounce anybody else's name. Bibiani Joseph, come on up. Congratulations. Chris Patel. Congratulations. Luisa Silva. Congratulations. I think I'm going to mess up your name. Dawil St. Hilaire. Is that right? Okay. You're very welcome. And last but not least, Chase Trainum. Not here today. Okay. One of the students I just recognized has been in attendance this year every single Monday night of the program. And that person is Bhumi Babaking. Come on up. Come on out, Bhumi. And we'd like to present him with an Amazon gift card to recognize your amazing attendance. Congratulations. Great job. Okay. At the high school, there have been 33 students for a combined total of 474 hours. They have entered the Homework Center on Monday nights to simply do their homework or have a tutor offer some assistance. Of these high school students, 12 have been in attendance for 8 or more sessions. So, will the following students also step forward to accept a small token of appreciation? I do want to mention that many of these students have been at the Homework Center since they were in middle school. First one, Jordan Emil. Come on up, please. Good job. Jay Solomon. Come on up. Thank you. Congratulations. Sephora Isaac. Congratulations. Malachi Green, who I don't believe is here. Malachi, we'll get him his certificate or gift card. Andy Jerome, not here. Abby Saltmarsh is not here. Savion Scott, not here. Felicia Soares, not here. Chamo Awolesi, is that wrong? You can pronounce it for me up here. Choma. Is it Choma? Chama. That's what I said. Congratulations. Ivy Alves, not here. And Wally, you are here. Come on up, Wally Babican. Congratulations. I also want to mention 3 very special people who visited the Homework Center many times following track practice. They were Chris Desir, David Bell, and Nick Joyce. They were all role models for all of us. They entered the Homework Center tired and hungry, yet they used their time so well and settled down and did their work. Their work ethic was one from which we can all learn. We miss them terribly. And in their honor, I'd like to have a moment of silence for them, please. Thank you.
At this point, I'd like to read two of the letters submitted by two students about what the Homework Center has meant to them. And the first one is by Savion. Unfortunately, he's not here right now. Dear Dr. Rizzi, my name is Savion Scott. This year, I just started coming to the program. At first, when I came here, I thought I would waste time and just get the food. I was truly wrong. The more I came here, I slowly started to become efficient with homework and being a little bit more organized. Being here sets a comfortable environment to learn and just get your work done, especially if you play sports, to lighten your homework load. Although you end up finishing your homework after the supervisor pushes you to finish your homework, you also build a bond with the people you come here with. I was friends with Chris Desire, David Bell, and Nick Joyce. I want to thank this program for also helping me to better my friendship with those guys. I feel this program should continue for the near future. Sincerely yours, Savion Scott. Our next student is from the middle school, and this is Louisa Silver. Dear Dr. Rizzi, the Homework Center has been just amazing. Last year, my grades had been bad, but coming here got me back on track, and I honestly would be lost without this program. It gave me a place to do my homework in peace. It had materials that were not available at my home, and it also provided food. I think it made me less shy and more social, and I would agree. So, thank you to those two students. For Pat Basler, the director of Stoughton Public Library, sitting in the back, we publicly offer our gratitude for the initial planning of the Homework Center, as well as supplying us not only with plates, cups, and napkins so we could enjoy pizza each week, which we did, also for calculators, graph paper, poster board, markers, and every kind of material we might need for kids to complete any kind of assignment. We'd like to thank the custodians of the O'Donnell Middle School for all their help each Homework Center. To the Stoughton Public Schools, we are indebted for their contribution of support for continuing our program this year. So often, kids who have attended the Homework Center have asked if we could have this center on more than one night. Often students have claimed that this is the one night they get their homework done. Unfortunately, this is the one night this room is available. Yet, as middle school assistant principal Dave Gulia has stated, the Homework Center is a program that benefits many middle school and high school students. On behalf of the OMS and Stoughton High School administration and teachers, we are very thankful to the tutors that work with our students. Stoughton is fortunate to have such a wonderful resource in the community, and we are hopeful this program will continue each year. Mrs. Osborne, Mrs. Zabinski, and I all agree. Thank you to all of you sitting in front of us, as well as the many who are not able to be here tonight, for making this one of those programs that truly works. Thank you. Now it is with great pleasure that we are lucky enough to have with us a guest speaker, Attorney Joseph Feaster, Jr. So please give him your undivided attention. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the introduction. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I'm a Baptist. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Thank you. I'd like for you to speak back to you. Let me first say I want to thank Pat Basler, the director of the library, who was the person who invited me here this evening. I have spoken to this group in the past when I was the interim town manager here in Stoughton a number of years ago. But I also want to say thank you to Sheila Osborne and Debbie Conrad and Sue Zabinski, the persons who are your teachers here. So why don't you young folks put your hands together and thank them for the work that they've been doing with you on this Monday night program. This is, as well, I would like you to do so for the tutors. They recognize some of them who are here, and particularly the seniors who are going off to pursue their career objectives. So let's put our hands together and thank the tutors as well. And last but not least, I want you to put your hands together and to thank you, because your participation in this program not only provides the momentum, but it also provides the things, so they'll be teaching you citizenship, the education, and the things that you need. So give yourselves a hand for coming here on Monday nights. I'm not going to stand before you long, because I'm standing between you and the food, and I know how that operates, so I'm not going to be there for a long time. But I agreed to come here because I just deem it important to impart some things which are of importance to me that may be helpful to you as you matriculate through middle school to high school to college and out into the workaday world. The four young men who have been mentioned, and you've had the moment of silence for them, but I had the pleasure of meeting them at the Fruition Scholars and spoke to that group about a month or 6 weeks ago. So I had an opportunity to speak very intimately with David Bell and with Chris Desir and Nick Joyce and Eric Sabla about some of the life things that they wanted to pursue. I think some of them were juniors, not all of them were seniors, but as to things that they wanted to do. So the moment of silence has been given, but I want you to keep them in mind as you go forward, because what you learn is no one's life is determined by what they might do. God makes a determination with regards to what may happen in your lifetime, but there's also silver linings that can come out of what appears to be tragedies. And one of the things that we saw was, one, this community has come together in great support, recognizing that this tragic passing of these four young men that occurred, the community has come together. Not only the school community where they attended school, but also in the community in general. Yesterday they had the flag football, and there were flag football teams from communities all around Massachusetts who came here in order to be supportive of the tragic situation which occurred here in Stoughton. And as I understand from Pat Bassler, they raised $40,000 or more for that. And so there's going to be a lot of tributes there, but the reality is I'm looking at you young folks here. I sat where you sat so far long ago. I won't give the exact period of time, but if I can remember, this is middle school. So my wife is an educator, so this must be 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Is that correct? Okay, well, that would be for me in terms of, that would have been 60, 61, 62, 63, somewhere in that time frame is when I was in those particular grades. And so the reality is that I come here because I want to be helpful and be a role model for those of you who are here as you matriculate and go through life. Now, I noticed that many of you who participate in here are into sports. So how many of you participate in track and field? Okay, that was the sport that I ran in through grade school and through high school. How many of you participate in soccer? How many in basketball? How many in lacrosse? How many in field hockey? Okay, any sport that I didn't mention? Football. Well, how could I forget football? Yeah, because I was thinking about football in terms of the soccer. So in terms of, I've gone European on you. Any sport that I didn't mention. What you find is that between academics, sports, and having mentors such as you have here, both in terms of your teachers as well as the tutors and your friends, what you find is that this type of camaraderie will carry you forward as you go out into the world. I have a friend of mine we met when we were 12 years old. He's now in San Jose, and we're friends to this day. And it's as a result of the things that we were able to do. Now, I grew up in New York. As I tell folks, I was born in the Bronx, raised in Queens, worked in Brooklyn, partied in Manhattan. And I ran track. I went to parochial schools when I was coming along. But I was bent on, and what my mother always pushed for was the importance of education. So the issue that you have to take with you is that education is going to be what's going to be the future for you to be able to do a number of things in life. So to have this program here where you will be assisted in some of your educational goals is going to be absolutely critical and important for you as you go forward. So now we're going to do the thing. I didn't come here just to speak at you. I'm going to make you do some work as well. So you're going to have an opportunity to tell the folks who are be able to view this program who you are, what your aspiration is, and no one gets a pass on this in terms of what you might want to be or what you have thought about becoming and would like to do in the future. So I'm going to start with you because you're one of the persons who received one of those for being here for a good time. So here, let me start with you.
Soraya Isaac.
Okay, speaking to look at the camera, and have you thought about what you might want to do profession-wise?
A photographer.
You want to be a photographer, but you got to speak up now. Project your voice.
A photographer.
Very good. Thank you. You're next. Stand up, please. Okay. Turn around. Tell them your name and what if you have any ideas as to what you might want to do in the future. Hold the mic up. They won't hear you. What is your name?
Donovan.
Donovan, I know you're not that quiet. I can look at you and tell you're not that quiet. That is true. Yeah, so I know that. So you know. And any thoughts as to what you might want to do in the future?
MBA or be a doctor.
A doctor?
Yeah.
Okay, that's okay. We want to be a doctor. Okay, we're going to come right over here, young lady. Yeah, I'm going to come to you. I'm going to come to you as well. All right, let's give name and if you have an idea of what you might want to do in the future.
My name is Nevaeh, and I want to be a lawyer.
You want to be a lawyer. You want to join my profession. Okay. All right. I'm going to come to you. And I'm coming to you. Yes. All right. Look at the camera.
My name is Bibiani Joseph, and I want to be a soccer player.
All right. Okay.
My name is Doel. I want to be
Look at the camera.
I want to be an NBA player or football.
Football. Okay. Hand it to that gentleman right there. So
My name is Chris, and I want to be a businessman.
all right. Right here.
What did you say?
My name's Josh. I also want to be a basketball player.
All right.
My name's Lisa Silva, and I want to be a teacher.
All right.
My name is Wally, and I want to be something in the medical field, like a nurse or a doctor.
Very good. Coming right here.
My name is Jay, and I want to be an astronomer.
My name is Jordan. I want to be an archaeologist.
My name's Alexis, and I want to be a surgeon.
My name is Cham, and I want to be a doctor.
My name is Sephora, and I want to do interior design.
My name is Boomy, and I want to be a lawyer.
My name is Olivia, and I want to work in marketing.
My name is Becca, and I want to be a nurse.
My name is Raksha, and I want to be a doctor.
So see, you have some thoughts and ideas, and let me just say to you that there may be a possibility that what you have decided or say here tonight that you want to do, you may not follow that as a profession. I can remember, I'll just give you my own personal story. When I was about 9 years old, as all young people do, you go into places where you ought not to be, and so I was playing in a area where they were building houses, and a friend of mine named Jimmy Day, and I banged my knee, and I thought that I just banged it, and he said, well, no, pull up your pants leg. Pulled up my pants leg, had a hole in my knee like this. I may have fallen on a nail or something, I'm not sure. Now, back then we used to make go-karts, and so they were taking me up to my house by the go-kart, but how things worked in the neighborhoods that we grew up in, and many of us who are older will know that even without cell phones, by the time that I got home, which was about 2 blocks away from where I lived, my mother already knew that I had been injured and was prepared because my mother didn't drive with a cab to take me to the hospital. Well, I got 25 stitches in my knee, And the interesting part, but what I do remember about that was the nurse was so pretty that I thought I wanted to be a doctor. I still remember that from 9 years old. I was watching the doctor. The nurse was here. The doctor was watching her. I didn't know whether he was stitching up my knee well or not, but I have recovered. Well, that was one thing in terms of the situation, in terms of a career-wise. The other one was there were police officers. You and I both can't talk at the same time. We can sing together, but we can't talk together. What we have is, I thought that I wanted to be, had police officers. There were two brothers named the Arab in my neighborhood. I thought I wanted to be a police officer as a career goal. My father took me to a fire station. Back then, firehouses used to have Dalmatians was their signature, and they used to have Dalmatians at the firehouses. This was in Bronx, New York, and I thought that I wanted to be a fireman. Well, later on, as I was going on through school, my parents mentioned to me when I was in high school, when I was about to be applying to colleges, they mentioned to me this thing, lawyer. I didn't have a clue what lawyers did. I had never been in the court system. I had never actually worked with any police departments or anything, so I really didn't have a sense of what law was about. But I investigated that as I went through school, having attended Northeastern University and having a co-op program. I was able to investigate on the co-op what lawyering was about, and decided when I was applying in my junior year of college that I did want to pursue law, and then did go to Northeastern University School of Law. Graduated from there in 1972 and been practicing law for the past 43 years. So the issue is, you may decide on a career that you may want, but that may change. Even the practice of law that I wanted to go in, when I was coming up, I thought I wanted to be, how many have heard of Perry Mason, or have seen the Perry Mason program? Any of you? Look, yeah. So, well, okay, so the young folks won't know. They probably know CSI and all of those different programs, right? You know about Perry Mason, right? Okay. What Perry Mason? Perry Mason was on TV. He was a lawyer that was on TV. He won all of his cases against the prosecution, but he was a defense lawyer that was there, and this was a TV program, and all of us, who were interested, we used to go home and watch Perry Mason all the time. So I thought I wanted to be a criminal lawyer. In fact, when I first started in the practice with co-op at Northeastern, what I did do was to go and work at the U.S. Attorney's Office, worked at the Mass Attorney General's office, and thought I wanted to go into criminal law. But I did come out ultimately when I graduated from law school. I went into labor law. I then worked at Prudential Insurance Company. I then worked with Governor Dukakis in his administration, and on, and now have been in private practice at the law firm I'm at now for the past 20 years. So things might change. So the reality is that if you make the changes, don't feel that you have failed to live up to what you may have decided on initially. All of us have made those changes. But what is important about a program such as this is that, one, you be respectful when people are speaking, and you also, in terms of, you learn that you pay attention to what adults will do for you, because they can be helpful to you going forward. For those of you as well, when you run into persons who can be mentors to you in the future, all of us have mentors. We have persons who will assist us and guide us through as we matriculate through school, through work, to opportunities. So it could be a situation that some of you in this room may at some point in time come past a place where I'm sitting there as the employer, and I may remember, you can at least say to me that you came and spoke to my Monday night homework program, and while I may not remember your name, I at least will remember this program. So what I wish you is success. I wish you to perseverance. I wish you to stick to what you are doing now in terms of developing good homework ethics, because that will bode you well as you go through completing middle school, in the high school, in the college, and into the world. So I wish you all the best going forward. I wish you a joyous summer, and I wish you be healthy and be safe.